Welcome to my masterclass. Today is the second class of my masterclass. We will learn about brushstrokes in this class. Let's review pinyin once again. Here is another pinyin chart example. It doesn't have all the pinyin spellings, but it is just an example. There are internet resources you can access that have interactive pinyin charts. I will give you the links later. Now let's learn basic Chinese brushstrokes. Heng means horizontal character stroke. Shu means vertical character stroke. Gou means hook. Heng zhe means horizontal then fold stroke. Shu zhe means vertical then fold stroke. Pie means left slanting downward brushstroke. Na means right slanting downward brushstroke. Next, here is a chart with many Chinese brushstrokes on it. Let me quickly read all of them for you. Dian, heng, shu, pie, na, shu wan gou, heng zhe wan gou, shu gou, heng zhe gou, shu zhe gou, shu zhe,提 撇点 竖提 横折提 弯钩 斜钩 卧钩 横钩 横撇弯钩 横折折钩 横折弯 撇折 横撇 横折撇 竖折撇 Here is another chart you can look at. There is the stroke, the name, and an example. Next, here is a slide where you can look up how to write the characters 字, 学, and 勇. Please look at these YouTube videos to learn how to write these characters. On the topic of how to write some basic Chinese characters, this character 勇 contains many brushstrokes. 横, 提, 弯, 钩, 竖, 捺, 撇, 点. Here is another chart that you may find useful. Next to the name is the picture of the stroke. 横, 竖, 撇, 点, 捺, 提, 折, 钩. Now let's learn how to write the characters in the correct order. I will introduce 8 rules about how to write the characters in the correct order. You can also reference these websites I have included here, and they have the rules on how to write them in the right order. Let's go over the rules on how to write the characters in the correct order. The first rule is, characters should generally be written from top to bottom, left to right. Horizontal strokes go from left to right. If you have 2 horizontal strokes, then the top one comes first. The characters 二 and 手 are examples of this rule. The second rule is, when horizontal and vertical strokes intersect, the horizontal stroke or strokes comes first. The vertical stroke or strokes is often the finishing stroke. The characters 时 and 是 are examples of this rule. Next, let's look at how to write 二 and 手. They are examples of top to bottom, left to right. 二 means two, and this is the correct order on how to write it. You can see that the top stroke comes before the bottom stroke. Next, 手 means head of a company. This character also displays the first rule, top to bottom and left to right. Now let's look at how to write 时 and 是. They are examples of when horizontal and vertical strokes intersect, then the horizontal stroke comes first. The vertical stroke is often the finishing stroke. 十 means 10, and you can see that the horizontal stroke comes first, then the vertical stroke comes after. Next, 是 means affairs or things. You can see in this character that all the horizontal strokes come first. Also, the vertical stroke is the finishing stroke. The next two rules are in this slide. The third rule is enclosures are written before the contents, starting with the left vertical, then the top and right in a single stroke. If there is a bottom horizontal stroke on the enclosure, it is written after the contents. The characters 间, 回, 日, and 月 display this rule. The fourth rule is bottom enclosures come last. The characters 远 and 脑 display this rule. Let's look at how to write 间 and 回. They have enclosures or outside boxes or frames. 间 means room or space, and you can clearly see it has an outside box or frame, which we call enclosure. Next, 回 means to return, and you can see it also has a frame. When you have enclosures, write the outside before the inside, with the contents after, and with the bottom horizontal stroke last. Next, 日 and 月 also have enclosures, or outside boxes or frames. 日 means sun, and like the previous character, it has a bottom horizontal stroke written after the contents. Next, 月 means moon, which also has an outside frame, written before the contents. The next two characters, 远 and 脑, have bottom enclosures. 远 means far, and you can see that the bottom enclosure comes last. Then, 脑 means head. It has a bottom enclosure that comes last as well. These are the correct ways in which to write these characters. The next two rules are in this slide. The fifth rule is right to left diagonals come before left to right diagonals. The characters 人, 父, and 六 follow this rule. The sixth rule is in vertically symmetrical characters, the center comes before the outside. The characters 小, 永, and 成 follow this rule. How do we write 人, 父, and 六? They follow the rule that right to left diagonals come before left to right diagonals. 人 means person, and you can see that right to left comes before left to right here. 父 means father, and it also has right to left diagonals that come before left to right diagonals. 六 means 6, and it also follows this rule where right to left comes before left to right. How do we write Xiao, Yong, and Cheng? These are all vertically symmetrical characters. Xiao means small, and it follows the rule of the center coming before the outside. Yong means forever, and it also follows the rule of the center before the outside. Cheng means to bear or to carry. It also is vertically symmetrical, and the center comes before the outside. The next two rules are as follows. The seventh rule is upper left and upper center dots come first. The characters Liu, Wen, and Qing follow this rule. The eighth rule is upper right and inside dots come last. The characters Shu and Qiu follow this rule. Let's look at how to write Wen and Qing. They follow the rule where the upper left and upper center dot comes first. Wen means text or literature, and it has an upper center dot that comes first. Qing means please or to invite, and it has an upper left dot that comes first. Let's look at how to write Shu and Qiu now. Shu means book, and it has an upper right dot which comes last. Qiu means to seek or request, and it not only has an upper right dot which comes last, but also inside dots. The inside dots are next to last. In general, what are the rules of Chinese character stroke order? They are top to bottom, left to right, and horizontal then vertical. This next slide is about how to practice writing Chinese characters. This is how little kids practice writing Chinese characters. They have sheets of paper like this on which they can practice writing the characters. After writing the characters many times, they will memorize the correct order and the look of the characters. Next, let's learn basic Chinese characters. These characters build on each other. They are mai, mai, and du. Please follow the links to see how to write these characters in the correct order. Next, let's look up on YouTube these characters on this list to see how to write them in the correct order. This is so we can practice the rules of how to write them in the correct order. 家人 means family, 如果 means if, 老师 means teacher, 我们 means we, 妈妈 means mother, 爸爸 means father, and 孩子 means child. Now please look up these characters on YouTube. Also, you can use the dictionary to look up the correct order for any Chinese character. There are websites that help you write Chinese characters in the right order, such as the one here, Line Dictionary. These are some very useful resources from the internet that you can use. Many dictionary websites have the correct brushstroke order on them. This is a slide that shows an example entry on the Chinese dictionary website. As you can see, it provides the correct order of how to write the characters for the word 观察. It is a very useful way to figure out the correct brushstroke order of a character. This particular dictionary is Line Dictionary. Please pay attention to the brushstroke order. I hope you can use this resource to figure out the correct brushstroke order of any word you will write.